Alright, welcome to the TheDayIsOurz channel. I'm your host, Johnny Utah, and it is Saturday, April, 20th? Alright, so we made it through our entire week, and now we're here ready for the result of the week. So we're going to just go ahead and just jump into our final numbers here. Let's see, what did we accomplish? Alright, handy dandy notebook. Always good. Alright, so for the steps for the week, I accomplished 159,825 steps. That's definitely a high, and credit to that is that I was able to put in, 3 days in a row where I had over 30,000 steps. One was actually pretty close to 40,000, so that ended up being like a pretty good final stretch for the week. And I was really trying to push a little harder just because on Tuesday I had that gender reveal party. And so one of my friends, he's having a baby boy. And so his name is going to be Dominic. And I think he'll be here sometime in October. No, maybe not October. Maybe it'll be like August or September. That time frame. So about the same time that Arlen will turn 1. So that'll be really fun. That'll be really exciting. And Arlen, oh my goodness, he's getting so big, guys. He's just constantly picking himself up to stand. He doesn't quite understand like what to do afterwards, but he's gotten pretty good at it. So, and it's just crazy. All right, so let's look at intake versus outtake. So this week I definitely struggled with intake. I usually try to stay between 16 to 2,000. That's where I'm trying to normally stay on an average, right? So if I can average 16 to 2,000, I'll feel really, really good. But if I'm above that metric, even if it's just by 1 calorie, then it's kind of a bit of a struggle week. And this week I had the gender reveal party, so I had some cupcakes, had some food. I think that day I ended up consuming like 2,600 calories. Yesterday was my wife's father's birthday, and so we went out to dinner that night, and so I had a little bit. I definitely had food that was just higher than what I was normally expecting to have, so I ended up like with 2,400 calories. So in about every other day I was like sitting at, I think Monday was the only like solid day I had like 1,500 calories, or like maybe just a little bit under 1,600 calories. Every other day I was teetering around like 1,800, somewhere around there. So my intake for the week was 2,050. Definitely too high. I mean, it's not like crazy high. If I'm trying to stay between 1,600 and 2,000, that's just barely over the 2,000. But, once again, it's all about holding yourself accountable. So when you're looking at it, you got to be like, okay, hey, so this was not a great week for intake. And yes, I know I tried to push harder for my output, but obviously we're trying to be consistent here. And so I said not a great week, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just push. We're going to work harder next week to keep the intake rather low. And then obviously on the weekend, since I kind of really had 2 cheat days in the middle of my week, I'm going to try to be really, really solid this weekend and keep the calories low. Usually I'm not counting the calories I take on the weekend, just because those are my rest days. And so, but this weekend I actually will be accounting for it, because I basically had two, I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. I basically had the 2 like regular days where I'm not even accounting for my calories. So gonna have to put in that extra work there to keep on track. Output though is really, really good, and in part to that was a lot of steps. I was able to exercise a lot more throughout the week, and so I actually put in my output as 4,224. So the ratio I try to stay into is a 2-to-1 ratio, right? I want double the output for what I'm getting for my input or intake, right? So if I consume 2,000 calories for intake, then I want to put at least 4,000 calories of output. And I did hit those. I hit that metric because that's 4224 is a little bit over double 2050. So, and when you're looking at it, so just because I'm staying in that ratio doesn't mean I'm going to still get the same results. You have to be in a healthy range. If I ate 5,000 calories a day and had 10,000 calories of output, my body's probably going to go into shock. You have to do it within certain levels, using your age, your weight, your gender, as all little factors in there to where your ratio should be. And so if you're unaware of this, you should definitely go see a dietitian, so that way they can kind of explain, you know, what you need to do for your body. They're, like I said, they're going to put you in a game plan that works for you specifically. Because I'm sure that if you've tried to do weight loss before, you've tried different things and had different varying results, you know, for what you've tried. And sometimes it did work, sometimes it just worked a little bit, sometimes there was no result, and then other times it was the opposite result. Like, not only did it not work, but it worsened your condition. And so most of that is just due to you not understanding how your personal body works and adapts to things, and having a good understanding of how your body is going to work is going to be super key. All right, so now let's go to the sleep score. So this one I will caveat, there were a couple of days where it wasn't recording my sleep accurately, and so I got pretty low scores. I think Monday was like the worst one, right? It was like a score of 50. The first time I've gotten a needs attention on the scale, but it is what it is. So we're still going to count that score, and it's still going to be a factor in here. If anything, I just need to figure it out and go to sleep earlier and make sure it's accounting for it, right? So there's no excuses. There's no crying in baseball. So my sleep score was 67, which is, you would probably say, fair. I think 70 is where it starts to be good, 80 is where it starts to be excellent, and then awesome, or I think excellent's the highest it goes, but awesome sleep is going to be 90 or plus. So I'd love to see what I feel like after getting a consistent score of 90. I think that would be pretty sweet. All right, now to the fun stat, right? Weight. I was 205 last week, and what do I weigh today? So after a couple of days of having just almost no regard for my intake, so Tuesday and Friday, which I weighed in on Friday, so that doesn't really hurt my numbers, because my intake for Friday was after I weighed in, right? So I weigh in the morning, and here, let me explain that process of how I weigh in. So when I weigh in, I try to be as consistent as possible. Every Friday, I work out. I record the video for you guys. Before I eat my before I eat my protein bar and drink my morning starter shake or protein shake, whatever it is that I'm drinking that morning, I make sure my belly is completely empty. I want to be as empty as I can be. So it's just my weight. I'm not adding any food weight. I'm not adding any water weight, anything of that nature. So outside of the Celsius, and which is typically about like 16 ounces of water that I'm drinking, it should just be just my, whatever the weight I am. So after my workout, I strip down just to actually my underwear. So I'm not adding variants of this shirt is heavier than that shirt, these pants are heavier than those pants, the hat, the headphones, the only thing that's being consistent here is just the pair of boxers that I have on. And those are all the same brand, so they all should theoretically weigh the same. So, and I do that every Friday just after my workout, so that's typically just around 9 o'clock every Friday. So to be very, very consistent in making sure there's not a variance in, things that I don't control, like the weight of the clothes, because they could be different. Like if you wear like a Naruto shirt like this, awesome. But if I wear then, one of my baggier Nirvana shirts, then the Nirvana shirt may be heavier. If I wear, shorts one morning, or if I'm wearing, sweatpants one morning, all of those can be varying in weight, and that can scale you up and down, and I don't want to deal with that. I like simple. Simple is the name of the game, guys. So, that being said, I was 205 last week, had a couple of rough days this week, and really before weigh-in, just one rough day. And so where did I step in this week? Did I gain a pound? Did I lose a pound? Did I stay the same? Well, I stayed the same. I don't count decimals. So you guys see I'm not counting like 205.8 to 205.6. No, so once again, I'm a simple numbers guy. If it's not into the next number, I'm just gonna count it as the same. Technically, I did lose a little bit weight, because when I weighed in on Friday, I was like 205.9, and then today I was at, or not today, but yesterday, Friday, I was actually at 205.1. I was literally just 205.1. I was like, come on, man, you couldn't just give me that little extra nudge? Like, just let me have that, like, 1 pound loss. I'll be happy with that. It didn't happen this week, so technically I'm gonna say I weighed the same. That is where I'm at. That's where I'm leaving it. And obviously what that means is that I feel actually really relieved about that, because for the most part, I've been dropping weight like crazy, right? We're 6 weeks into this, and I started at 218, and I've lost like 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds. Like, it's been pretty excessive in terms of what I've been losing. And so I don't necessarily want to lose weight too quickly. I want to make sure my body has time to adjust. And, obviously I want to make sure my body is in a healthy state as it's losing weight. And so part of that is just losing, maybe a pound a week is what we're looking to do. And so I am very, very happy that it is actually staying just the same way. It's a little bit lower, but not enough for me to say it's a loss for the week. So, and so I expect that when I weigh in on, next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, that I'll probably be 204, 203, because, once again, I'm not counting the decimals or anything like that. So if I were counting decimals, it would just be a whole lot of more just math, and I don't want to deal with that. Look, guys, what is it? 8:28 in the morning. I'm now ready for math at 8:28 in the morning. I'm not some civil engineer guy that just sleeps, breathes, and does all that math stuff. No. That's not who I am. Keep it simple. So 205 to 205 is where I'm at. And we're just going to push really hard this week. I'm going to have a really, really good weekend. I have a lot of energy to burn. Because, like I said, we celebrated Dad's birthday. We went out to Chili's. I had a grilled chicken sandwich. And I like grilled chicken sandwiches. Like, if you give me a solid grilled chicken sandwich, I love it. However, they had something there that I just could not turn down. Something that it's like the aroma of it just makes me happy. See, guys, I'm a hot sauce person, and so Chili's used to have like some pretty decent like hot wing sauce that they used to put, and then they took the hot sauce away and said it was only for their carry out delivery thing that they were doing. Like, they did something like on the side that's specifically only that. And so, and then they said, no, regular guests are not allowed to have the hot sauce. And I'm here like, do I matter? Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just not going to have hot sauce anymore because whatever, stupid rules. Anyways, they brought back their hot sauces for the regular menu, and I could not be more ecstatic about that, because I'm a wing guy, guys. Like, guys, I'm into sports and stuff like that. Like, if you're telling me hot wings, fries, and a beer, we're done. That's the way I like to live. But I just said that's the way I used to like to live, but I'll still do hot wings. I'll just do them grilled instead of that. Like, guys, when you're talking about wings that are covered and slathered in sauce, it doesn't really matter whether it has breading on it or not. So I'm just gonna eat it grilled and be just as happy. I'm not that picky, guys. Maybe you're that picky, but I'm not that picky, guys. I'm just gonna have my grilled hot wings just the way I've always loved them. As long as it's slathered in the sauce, that's what I'm happy about. But so they had mango habanero hot sauce, and I'm just a sucker for mango habanero. It's like the perfect blend of hot and spicy with sweet, savory, juicy mango flavoring. I just absolutely love it. So I had my grilled chicken sandwich with the bacon, the avocado. I don't do like mayo or anything like that because I just feel like that's unnecessary calories. So, and I don't do cheese. I'm pretty sure I'm lactose intolerant because cheese just never sits well in my stomach, but I'm too lazy to actually figure that out. So I just don't eat cheese. Generally, I don't eat cheese. The only time I eat cheese is I'll take like a lactate pill and I'll eat pizza when we eat pizza, but outside of that, not a cheese person. And then so I slathered my awesome grilled chicken avocado bacon sandwich with mango habanero, and I just could not be any happier. It was so good, so good. I think the waiter was like, "Oh, I like what you have done here. This is an interesting idea." He was kind of giving me that vibe. It was a pretty good day. We had a really good day, and so. You know, like, and I've always said this: if you're gonna play hard, you need to work hard. That's just bottom line. And so, with that here, I'm just ready to go and enjoy this weekend. So today I got my plasma donation. So we're gonna do the plasma. We're gonna see what it's like. I think they're doing a different promotion right now. It's like you do 2 donations in a week and you get $100. So it's like 50-50. Or it may be a different split. I think they have it as like a 40-60 split. And so just to make sure you get more on the second donation. So that's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully I'm still in the right range, because with a lot of donation centers, they have their own week schedule, right? So, and essentially what that means is that, like, if their week starts on a Sunday, right, and your schedule is I'm on Saturday and Tuesday of this week, well, they're only going to count the Tuesday because their week starts on a Sunday. So you just have to look and see where their rule sets are. Make sure you're reading the coupon time frame, so you know exactly, okay, so this day, to these dates right here, making sure everything is just spot on, right? So you're not missing out on deals, because definitely, I know the chap in the cap, has kind of messed that up a little bit, because he had, a certain amount of days, and so trying to schedule two donations in a week, it's a little bit tough, because they pretty much have to be consistent. If you schedule Wednesday of one week and then Saturday of that same week, well, you can no longer schedule Monday, Tuesday of that same time frame, because you can't have more than 2 donations at a time. And so if he was trying to schedule, Wednesday one week, Saturday, then he has to push it out to either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if he pushes it out to Thursday, that means on the next following week, he's kind of like locked out of choosing anything between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if he has a weekend donation, Saturday or Sunday. So it gets a little bit tricky, but if you're really consistent with your scheduling and just do it out of the schedule, it should be pretty relatively simple. And this weekend we're going to Lagoon, so hopefully I'm going to get some more. Videos of rides. I really want to redeem myself for my primordial mishap. I cannot believe that I had the camera facing the wrong way. Rookie mistake. Yeah, well, I guess I technically am a rookie at that stuff, so. Oh well. Anyways, I'm just gonna go and record more rides. I feel like those are really, really fun videos, and it shows you just an experience of like what it'll be like to be on those rides. And that's something I don't even think that you could really do anymore in Florida. At least with their bigger rides, a lot of the amusement parks in Florida, they like I know the Incredible Hulk is the first one I think of, and I love the Incredible Hulk. But when you're going to go on the ride, there's a metal detector, and they say you're not allowed to bring phones or anything. So they will literally have a guy with his little metal detector device go da 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 da. Like, no, you're wearing this. You got to go put it back. You're not sneaking this on the ride. And so I don't know why that's the case. It must be like a liability thing. That's the only thing I can imagine. Like, I don't know why an amusement park would care if you have your phone on you or not. Maybe they allow GoPros. I don't know. Like, I'm still thinking about getting a GoPro just because it would be far more convenient. It's a little bit more strapped in. It actually makes a little bit more sense than the little $10 strap that I got from Amazon for my phone, which is very sketchy. But hey, the video speaks for itself. Those videos still came out pretty good. I would like to get that frame rate up. I think like having like a 60 FPS would be pretty sick. I think right now it's like locked in at 30, at least for this phone. It's a good phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy 22, so. But anyways, we're going to Lagoon this weekend, at least today on Saturday. I don't know what we're doing on Sunday. Maybe I gotta go on another hike, man. I'm kind of missing these hikes. So we'll see what the weekend has in store for us, if there's anything different. But with that here, I hope you guys are ready to seize your weekend. It is Johnny Utah out.